The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Hello, here I am. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. Welcome to our only episode this week, actually. Special edition episode. We are live from, I can't even hear you, but we're live from LA. Brian Frangie is here in person, although his microphone is not working. I don't think his microphone is on. Did you turn it off accidentally and turning it down?
Hello.
Well, I'll introduce our other guest while we figure that out. Our other guest today is a good friend of mine. She's been on the show before. You hear us reference her all the time. She's a member of the Girls Chat. It's Carlisle Forrester, everyone.
Hello, it's me. Are we really live?
I mean, live to hear.
Okay,
live to
we're
tape. Alive. We haven't talked about it on the show yet, but you have demanded that everyone in the Girls Chat stop saying that we're old.
Yes.
And say that we're more alive instead of saying old, because everyone's always like, I'm so old. Yeah, his mic is still not working.
It's just a better way whenever you're like looking at somebody in comparison to them, instead of being like, oh, I'm older than her, I'm more alive than her.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it. Because you are. It just means that you didn't
I often
die
feel like
yet.
deader than people, though, like in my soul.
That's a half glass, glass half full, half empty type of thing. It just depends on how you look at it.
Because there's some people like Kirsten is a person that's like more alive than all of us. She's just like baking cookies, making smoothies, chopping almonds. Like she's just like, oh, I'm gonna do some like squats really quick, just to like feel like she's like alive. And like she's, if you're thinking about people who are just more alive, generally most people are more, I feel like, alive than me. Brian, are you able to chime in here?
I have so many funny things to say.
I know. Why don't we just wait? Okay, we're back. Brian, we're back, and Brian's mic wasn't working, but now it is. And we said that maybe his frequency was off because it was...
Like I zapped it. Like there's a thing, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, where if you're walking down the street, then light posts, what are they called? Street lamps?
Street light.
Street lights will go out while you're walking by it. Does it ever happen to you guys?
No.
So for certain people, when you're walking by street lamps, sometimes a street lamp will go out.
No.
That happens all the time with me. And when I was doing my
I think you just notice it more.
It happens all the time.
Okay.
It happens like, I'd say, 1 out of every 20 street lamps. It'll go out. If you're in a suburban neighborhood, I won't notice it in a big city where all the lights are distracting.
Okay.
But like, you're walking down and all of a sudden it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I read that has something to do with your some frequency that you have. That this is not real science, but it's like some frequency.
We were in there a half hour earlier testing it, so I believe him.
Really?
I don't know what it is.
Whenever that happened, that was like your grandfather like winking at you or something from above.
I mean, yeah, it was. I didn't like when my grandpa winked at me.
Yeah,
when I
that's
was
creepy.
Alive. When he was alive. Grandpa winking at me?
Just like saying hello.
Yes.
Have you ever heard the thing that dimes, whenever you randomly find a dime, it's like someone trying to say hello to you?
Really? Or dimes?
From heaven.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dimes from heaven.
Yeah, I've heard of that before, that someone was like, oh, someone in my life, their husband passed, and she was like, I keep seeing dimes everywhere. And I'm like, I think you're just broke. Like, I think you're just looking for money. Dimes. And it's just like, I think that's probably it. But I think that's nice to read into things too much. But I think you are someone that notices things like street lamps flickering. Like you're on that frequency, but I don't think that it has anything to do with your body.
Or ghosts.
Or yeah.
Maybe it is ghosts. But I bet you there's besties who experience the same phenomena.
But I think it's because they notice it more. I think it probably happens to all of us at the same frequency.
But other people notice it when I'm with them.
Really?
And then they go, that street lamp just went out.
I want to be proven wrong. I want this to be true.
We need to be walking down the suburban street somewhere.
I don't like that I'm such a skeptic. I want to believe more. I want to just go, yes, and.
No, yeah.
Do you mean frequency, like whenever you slide out of the car to get gas and it like shocks you? Because I felt that.
Or when people say, it's low vibrations. And that's like, Kirsten started saying that in the girls' chat. And I don't know, it was just like a low vibration day and a high vibe. Like, when did this become a part of our vernacular? To start calling things low vibe, high vibe, grounding. I used to scoff at grounding.
Mm-hmm.
It works.
Used to laugh about it, but I really was thinking about how I spend most of my time. I can't remember the last time my feet touched grass. And the only time it did was one day when I was feeling kind of low vibe. I can't describe it. I was just feeling bad. And I was like, I read and I saw TikTok or a reel earlier that day about grounding. And I was like, let me just go see it. So I took off my shoes probably like 5 weeks ago. And that was the last time my feet have touched grass. Because otherwise, I live in an apartment building. I don't have a yard.
Yeah.
And when am I ever outside barefoot?
Wait,
that would
did
be
it work?
insane.
Did it fix you?
No.
Oh, it didn't do
nothing
anything.
works.
Every time I go home to Mississippi, I have to take my shoes off and walk around in the grass barefoot. It just calms me.
Why don't you do it here in
And
LA? Because you might have
There's no
step in some
grass.
human feces.
Exactly.
There's no patch of
Pepper
grass
to
in
roast evil
Los Angeles that does not have either human or animal piss on it.
Right.
I mean, the amount of piss that dogs excrete even my dog alone, if you just walk down my block, there is not a single patch that's not worth a sniff because everything's got piss on it.
You know that when dogs sniff, it's like they're reading a book, and when you like tug at them, you're like, they're like reading an article, and they're almost at the best part, and you're like, nope, put it away, and like you're demanding them. It's like when you're in the waiting room and you're reading an article, and they're like, the doctor will see you, and it's like you're not letting your dog learn. And so I always think about when my dog's sniffing, I'm always like, I gotta let him finish this fucking article because I would want to read that whole Taylor Swift bush. You know, like I would hate to be cut off from it. So you gotta empathize with these things by making. It's not reading a book, but we always have to like.
It's like a message board. When I was
Oh,
volunteering
that's
at the
good.
animal shelter, there
that what
was
they
there was a dumpster right by the path that goes into the forest where you can walk.
The 4chan for dogs.
Exactly. they called it the coffee shop. Like everyone goes there to leave.
Oh, cute.
Doesn't quite make sense, the coffee shop analogy, because you don't go to a coffee shop and leave messages for other people.
No, you don't.
No, so
it's Reddit.
that place shut down. But there's a better
Yeah,
place
okay.
that called it Reddit.
Man,
for
I went
dogs.
to an animal shelter, and people, if you have any time in your life, I wish I did more, because the first thing I would do if I had some time off or had any amount of my life to give, I would go walk dogs
Oh
and
my
clean
God.
cages at a humane. It's easy for me to say that I would do that because, like, watch me get time and I won't do that.
Mhm.
But if you're a good person, you're looking for something to do that would really fill your soul, like going to a humane society and seeing just these dogs. And all these places are well kept, and like they're trying their best, and they're relying on volunteers, and these dogs are living in feces, and not because of cruelty, but because they don't have enough volunteers. And these dogs need walks. Some of these dogs haven't been out for hours
They
and
just need to be
days.
pet. And some
yeah.
places now are letting you, like, even if you go there and you don't live there, like if you're on vacation, because some people don't even have time until they're on vacation, you
I
can
would
look
do
in the
that.
area that you're
Oh,
in.
that's a good idea.
If you just, because like a
you have
lot
to
of
get
times whenever I
trained.
go on my vacation, I miss my dog. So like if you're feeling yourself in that situation, just go walk somebody.
I'm meeting a dog this week.
Oh,
That you
Going
might
to a
get?
local dumpster coffee shop. Yeah. It has one eye, which you guys all know that I'm like so into that. I like dogs that are like disfigured and like no one else wants them. It had its
Why
eye
is it-
removed.
Why?
For just aesthetic purposes, because I said I wanted a one-eye dog, so we had it removed this week. They're meeting my
So
needs.
she can name him Cyclops.
Yeah, his name. Get ready for his name. It's the best dog name because I like dog names that are like human names that are ridiculous, and I always thought that was the funniest thing to do.
Yes.
His name, I couldn't have come up with a better name. Daryl.
Oh,
And like I told Chris about him, and he was like, I think like Chris is so on the fence about getting a dog. And I said Daryl, and he's like sold just from the name. He's like,
Yes.
that is such a
Daryl.
funny name for a dog to be called Daryl.
I'm loving that for you. Is this a senior dog?
It's 4 years old, I think,
Okay.
but it's always winking at
I
you.
like that for you.
small.
Small, yeah. Potty trained, and I'm
Can it
meeting
go on
it.
planes? Can it travel with
We'll
you?
see. I'm traveling with it this weekend to San Francisco and San Diego, and then I might come back to LA on Sunday to return it if it's not gonna work out. So
Otherwise, EJ and Julie may be getting a dog
Yeah.
with one eye.
they're not ever gonna have to take care of this dog. Taylor will. Taylor McGraw and my sister, and I have some people that look after
Well,
dogs, but I
if
hope I
you're
can
in
bring this dog on the
LA
road.
Listen, if you bring it to LA and you're on the road, I'm your girl.
But not really.
You
I
hang
mean,
out
you
with
have a
Chloe.
job. You work
But he
all
can hang
day
out
every
with
day.
Chloe, and then Chloe won't be alone.
But where's Chloe right now?
She's at home alone.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. But I don't think dogs like play with each other when they're left alone. They just kind of like
I think they're
sit
better
alone.
in twos. Any animals, they're better in twos.
Yeah, they
It
like
keeps them
being
from being
Not my dog.
lonely.
Well, guinea pigs, definitely. If you have a guinea pig, there's certain states where they won't let you have one guinea pig
Oh.
because guinea pigs get suicidal. They'll kill themselves because
Whoa.
they are social creatures and they're not. So many animals we keep as one, and they are supposed to be
They're
in
supposed
like
to be in
packs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so guinea pigs, I think there's a couple
Ants.
states. I think New Zealand has outlawed them from being sold
Wow.
alone, and I wish we could pass that in the States. That's what I should go pick it about.
I got my little dog when he was 4 or 5, and I have to say, I think that's like the perfect age to get a dog because you skip all of the stuff where you have to train it
Potty
anything at
training
all.
and all
Yes.
that. Yeah.
As long as it wasn't like abused, it's it's gonna be a pretty well behaved animal
Mm-hmm.
because it's been like trained and is like working towards this moment where it can prove its training to some owner.
Mine hasn't been trained though. That's what it's so sad about these dogs is that you meet them and they don't know that this is their audition for like a better life. I mean, this dog's gonna be fine because it's out of
cute dog.
it's being fostered until it finds a home. It will not, end up back in the shelters. But every time these dogs, Chris and I, when we saw a couple dogs like meeting their potential owners when we went to the shelter, and we're like, be good. Like, stop jumping up. Like, this is your only chance to get out of here and you don't know that you're blowing it.
Those videos make me cry too whenever they show the dog their card that they got adopted. Have you seen those TikToks where they're
That would
like, you're
never-
going home today, buddy? And they start wagging their tail.
But they don't know what
They
that
do
means.
because they've seen it happen enough times. It was like this one,
Oh,
I don't know. It was
okay.
But
one
they don't
thing.
know.
as
They
well.
could mean that dog's being taken to get killed.
Well, they
They don't know
know
what the
because
card
they see
means.
the
Oh, that's so
family.
true.
and then they just
they give you the card. The dog disappears. You never see him again.
Well,
Then
they
why
get the cars they killed the dogs. It's a red card.
Oh, they give a different card, like
it's
in
a good,
soccer.
but the dogs are colorblind, so they think you're right. They're dumb.
You
They
know
don't
what's
know.
another good video too on TikTok? There's so many of where they show the kid that they just got a dog and they start bawling,
Yeah.
crying.
So cute.
And I remember that feeling. And it's like,
I do too.
it's just like, because you just feel so tender and like they're really bawling.
The
hard.
only time
Like,
I've ever
they're
cried from
crying.
happiness the first time I will
Was
say
getting a
was getting
dog,
a
yeah.
bird. I found I was getting a pet bird, and I was just like, I was so embarrassed
Yeah, me too.
that I couldn't stop crying
I
because I was
remember
so
this
happy.
feeling, like you feel like just sensitivity overload.
That's so
because you did this
cute.
cute little thing. And for me, it was like we were going to, well, this sounds bad. It was like a place where they had like a bunch of puppies. So I
mill.
just remember this is
You went to a
Mississippi,
mill?
rural Mississippi.
Definitely a
And so
Pepperidge
I like
Farm.
sat in this like pen of puppies with them just like crawling all over me, and I would like picked mine, and then whenever I found which one was mine, I was just like could not stop crying.
Gracie.
No, this is a long time ago.
Okay.
This was whenever I had Irish setters.
Okay.
Rhett.
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 Rhett and Daryl.
Rhett. Rhett's a good name for a dog too. So yeah, I might get a dog.
Daryl's the best character in The Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now he's got his own spin-off show called
What's it called?
Daryl.
No, it's not.
I think it's called The Daryl Show.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm not even, or it's called Daryl Dixon.
You know what I read last night about The Walking Dead? There was a really great Reddit thread last night that was like, what is the most like cringy line from a TV or movie?
Oh God, there's
TV show or movie?
there's
Like
40 every episode.
it's so funny. It's one of the best Reddit threads ever. I think it was in Pop Culture Chat subreddit if you want to go find it. But it was so funny to read, like, because there's so many shows I don't watch, and they've just found these. You know, there's Samantha moments from Sex and the City of like, call me Lawrence of Labia, or like, there was one that Carrie said, which is like, when you're exhausted, you take a nap. You don't go to nap.
No, she goes, when you're exhausted, you take a Napa. You don't move to Napa.
Yes!
I remember
Oh
that.
my God.
Horrible pun. And they're filled with those. They love
So
a pun on that
many.
show.
And someone in the comments was like, it really took me out of the character of Carrie because she's like a writer, and
Yes,
writers
she
don't
would
make
never-
puns. But
Yeah.
the truth is, then someone wrote, I'm friends with writers, they love puns. And I
Yeah.
was like,
But
I
not
actually do
bad
think
ones.
they love puns.
That one was
And that's
pretty
why that show is
cringe.
written by writers who love stupid puns. Or like, and there was Abu Dhabi. Well, I say Chris went to Abu Dhabi for an Abu Dhabi, and that
Yep.
always makes me laugh every time. And that would probably get a cringe. But on The Walking Dead, they said they waited till season 9 for someone to be like, we're not The Walking Dead. Like they finally said the name of the show in season 9, and they like built to this real moment
my
for it.
God.
Which like I was surprised that they had not said that at any point in the show.
I would have loved it if you watched The Walking Dead while I was watching The Walking
I
Dead.
tried to get into it the first
Oh.
season, but I was too scared of those walkers. I don't like it. They come out of nowhere.
They do.
Zombies.
They
They
bust
do.
through things.
Yep.
They just like there's too many jump scares. Why
Yeah.
does people like jump scares?
I mean,
Ah!
ugh.
See, I don't like that. I almost just farted. My body just like I scared my own intestines.
That's why I hate going to the Universal Studios like horror nights
Oh,
thing. Because you're over it in like 10 minutes, but people won't stop just running up to me like, ah! And you're
Well,
like, okay, I get it.
if you're a good scare, if you react well, they'll target you because
Yeah.
they want people to be like, ah. the whole time to prove that it's a good haunted house area.
Right. I don't like being scared. I just don't understand why people do like it. But
I don't either.
Allie freaks out. Like
she loves it.
Well, she takes like clients to the Universal Studios thing pretty much every year, and like she screams. She gets every time.
She seems like someone who
they
would
get
like
her
it.
every time. She. I don't know if she loves being scared, but
she likes cool things.
She likes cool things.
She like is into things that I wish I were in. Like she likes hiking and football
roller coasters.
and like and roller.
I can't get on a roller coaster. I'd throw
I
up.
love roller coasters, but that's different to me than the haunted house.
Those aren't jump scares.
I love a good fair. Nikki knows that about me.
Oh yeah, you
Love
were so
rides.
funny this summer, or I guess this was like a month ago. When you were like, I'm going to the Malibu Fair. You were on the girls' chat. You were like, I'm going to the fair. No one's going with me because I'm so stupid because I love fairs. It's such a dumb thing that I love. We were like, hold on. Who has talked to you like this? You're like, I know I'm fucking retarded because I love fairs. I was like, wait, who talks to you like this? Who has made you feel so insecure about your fairs?
You're like preemptively bullying yourself.
Yeah,
so that,
like she really was.
Every year I can't get anybody to go.
Do people go, you're
so
fucking stupid because you like this dumb fucking fair, you idiot?
Well, like everybody will say the same thing. Like, I'll go, but I don't want to ride any of the rides. It's like, well, then don't come because that's the whole point.
Which ones do you like the most? Which ride are you?
The Ferris wheel, the Tilt-A-Whirl. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
You know, nothing that I've seen a YouTube video
The Ferris
of them
wheel
flying off.
You say
of
the Ferris
Japan.
wheel.
the Ferris wheel.
The Ferris wheel and
Ferris
the
wheel.
tilt-a-wheel.
The tilt-a-wheel. The Ferris wheel.
The Ferris wheel.
Do you know the Tilt-A-Whirl?
The spinning
Yes.
coops.
Okay, would you do that?
The one that goes like this?
That's not hard.
The one that goes around? I don't like the centrifugal force.
Oh,
I talked about
Gravitron.
this before
See,
where it's like,
everybody's got-
I've gone on it though. I will go on that because that's not that scary.
that's
I like the ones where you
nothing.
stand up and they go round and round.
Yes.
And I like the ones, there used to be one that I would go on and it's like, you're in a thing and the cage flips and then the whole thing it's on flips too.
God.
That one's insane. I can't
Yes.
believe more people don't die at carnivals. Do you think there's more deaths and they're just covering them up? Because there's not that many deaths.
You can go
reported.
down a YouTube rabbit hole, and I've done this before, of rides breaking. And you know what they have the most videos of? The swings. You know the swings
Oh,
I
yeah,
would
those
never
swings. Those
go
don't look very
on one
safe.
of those.
and then the rope just breaks, and
Oh.
you're just airborne. And that happens often. Like, that's a ride I will not go on.
Okay, I like that you have a limit.
Rides
have a
are not
limit.
worth it.
Okay, well, we have to go to break. So speaking of breaks, we have to break off. And when we come
Fly
back, we're
off
going to
our
talk about
deaths.
FBoy Island. We're going to talk about a fashion haul that Carlisle did for me because I'm doing a press week in LA. That's why we're all together. We're in LA at the iHeart Studios, Big Money Player Studios. Thanks so much for putting us up. But Carlisle did a bunch of shopping for me because I'm going to do a TV show tomorrow and I am tired of my clothing and I don't know what I was lamenting on the girls' chat that I don't know what to wear. I don't know what looks good. And we're going to see how well she did with her haul. And by the way, this is my 4th podcast of the day. And I am headed to a 5th one right after this.
Well, you're
Wow.
killing it.
Thank you so much. I feel primed for it. I think I should do more podcasting. I should do pre-podcasting.
You
I
should
should do some
podcast to
foreplay.
warm up for this podcast.
Yeah, more often. I like this. All right, so we'll be back right after that with all of this. All right, we're back. So, FBoy Island aired last night. Why were you? I invited you to the premiere party, Brian. Why did you not? I was looking for you to walk in at any moment.
I meant to talk to you about this before the podcast, but
Yeah.
I had a disaster.
Really? Can you go into it?
I'll
or
talk to you about it later.
Okay.
He wanted to
It's-
save it, so I've been
Yeah.
waiting as well.
Okay.
It's actually quite sad.
Oh, no, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. Okay, well, we'll talk about that another time, but I'm sorry that you weren't there. You did actually miss a lot. Every single person from the show flew in. Like
What?
every F-boy and nice guy. I think it was almost every single one of them.
Oh my
Flew
God.
in and was there sitting around watching the show. And it's the biggest night of their lives. I mean, this is the first night that you're on TV. I remember the first
Yeah.
night I was on TV on a reality show much like this. It's just, and they were so cute about it. They're like, I can't believe I'm going to be on TV tonight. It was just like a
Yeah.
big, cool moment. And there were some past, Tamaris from last season was there. Sarah
love seeing
from
that.
the season before, from first season was there. It was just a good crew. All the people that made the show were there. And everyone was just so excited. And then it, comes on and I got hit on by a couple of the F boys. I will say.
Can you say which ones?
Yeah, I will say the guy from, what's his name? Connor. from Kansas City.
Sure.
He was like, I ran into, I gave him one of my drink tickets because they gave me drink tickets and I don't drink. So I gave him one because he just looked like he
Thirsty.
Exactly. He looked like he needed something to put a roofie in, and so I was like, "Here's." He really did, and he was like, is this like a sign for us to like?" It felt good to be hit on. I have to say,
Yeah,
like you
for
go the
sure.
whole season and no one tosses anything your way.
What does
So it
Connor
felt-
look like?
He was the one with like long hair from Kansas City.
Do you have a mustache?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yes. He
yes.
was a guy.
Like kind of red hair. He looks like kind of like a Viking.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
he's in the
yeah.
Like a
promo
douche
video
Viking.
taking off his aviator
Yeah,
sunglasses.
he looks like the
Yes,
biggest
aviator.
F-boy of them all.
Yes,
And
okay.
So-
we don't know yet what he is. I
Kansas
don't think.
City. So like
Oh.
he's thinking
He's my
like,
Travis Kelce.
that this
Yeah.
could work out.
Yeah. And then
You're tight end.
yeah. Yeah, so and then and no one I just had some really good conversations with them because I'm so often during the show not able to talk to any of them because they don't want me like
You're
fucking
F-boy,
them or
F-buying
infiltrating
the whole time.
the whole time. I
Yeah.
don't talk to any of them. And
Yeah.
they were all so nice and like excited to talk to me and like it was a really good hang and I was so exhausted because yesterday I did so much press. I did KTLA, then I went over to E, then I went over to Access Hollywood, then I went and did a podcast, and then I did one more thing, I forget. And then I had to go to the party. So I was kind of like dead, but it was so fun to watch the show. The show is great, as you all know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I watched it last
So
night. I
fun.
watched the two episode premiere.
And what'd you think?
Amazing. I mean,
Compelling.
I was surprised by everything that happened.
Were you like so? Were you?
I think at this stage we can say that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know when we made this show.
I don't know either.
We forgot when it was made, but I did work on it.
Brian,
with you.
yeah, Brian was working on the show.
That's where I got this hat.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was wondering.
He's wearing
about
an FBoy
that.
Island
Some
hat.
Cool merch there.
So yeah, we
I
can
made the hat myself.
Brian was an integral, yeah, that's the word, part of the show, and was it was awesome to have you along for the whole ride and like help make the show with me,
Yeah, I had a great
And-
time.
produce me for many of the things that I did.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Yes.
And so Brian, you had a front seat the whole thing.
So it's
Now we can
interesting.
be out about it.
It's really interesting watching it on TV. The
Versus-
number one thing I'm watching for is what do you think?
Things that you had a hand in.
Like lines. Like
Oh,
how
yeah,
many
yeah.
lines are we getting in there?
Yeah. How many? Yes.
That's the number one thing. Then the number two thing, I was surprised that I already know what's going to happen. I know who's going to be eliminated. I know who is going to win. And I was like, I wonder if I'm still going to be as entertained watching it now that I know everything.
Interesting.
I was not. I was very.
It's
I was
not as
like,
compelling.
Well, now that I
That
know.
is an element of
Yes.
it, is not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah, the eliminations are a real dud when you know who's getting everything.
Yeah, that's true. The eliminations aren't as fun, but I will say that even knowing what happens, I'm interested because we did not, as just producers of the things I was doing, we were not involved in any of
The
the date
dates,
stuff. And so
no.
to see what the connections and conversations that they had
Yes.
is interesting. And it's just funny how they edited it all together and how
Mm-hmm.
the editors are funny, the producers making it are funny. They're always like,
Best part of the show, I think, is sometimes they edit together some things that are like purposely funny.
yes.
There's a moment in episode 1 or 2, I don't remember which one,
Mm-hmm.
where they focus on this coughing thing that
Oh my God.
Yes, episode 2.
That was
episode
so funny.
2. Yeah, that stuff like that is so
She
great.
kept coughing.
Yeah.
And was it like starting to signal that she was disinterested in what he was saying? Like I was at this party, so there's a lot of chatting.
It was
I couldn't pay
She was
attention.
talking to the girls.
the girls. Katie was about to drop a bomb
That's
Yeah.
about
right.
something bad that happened with one of what are the three girls'
Jared.
names? Katie,
Daniela,
Daniela.
Katie, Daniela.
and Hallie.
And
And Daniela came back from a date.
Yes, and Katie was about to say that something bad was going on
Jared
with
might not be there for the right
Not
reasons.
the right
Which
reasons.
we find
Oh,
out
not the right
is
reasons.
true.
And it's so funny that was revealed,
That was revealed, yes.
and it's so funny that because Katie really had nothing. Like when she went and sat down with the boys, and she was like,
looked like
"Tell me
she was
something."
about to say,
Like he murdered your grandma.
yeah.
And
And she's going to be
cat
winking
that
at
she
you
brought
in
along.
streetlights.
She's
Yes,
another
oh my God.
highlight.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't know about the cat until like 9 episodes in, and then all of a sudden there was this cat at one of the chats that I went to. I was like, "Oh my God, who let that thing?" And she's like, he's been here the whole time." But yeah, that was a funny And then Hallie just couldn't stop coughing during that.
Every
scene.
time she was about to drop the bomb, Hallie would start coughing, and then be like, "Are you okay? Do you need water?" And she's like, "No, I'm fine." Okay, well, the boys said about Jared. And, are you okay? And she's like, no, I'm fine. And that happened like 3 times. And that happened in real life more than 3 times.
Yeah.
But rule of threes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there was the people making the show are very funny. There were so many moments where it was just funny to watch the F-boys watch themselves. Like I literally saw Jared and Marco sitting next to each other enjoying the show.
You were putting it on Instagram.
And, I
I
kept posting, Jared watching Jared, and I'd show him on the screen, and then I'd go to Jared and see him just like watching himself, like. And Marco got me at the very end. I was doing it the whole time in posting, so Marco at the end filmed me and then filmed me watching me, and I did the same thing they were doing of like, she's so cool, like just like admiring yourself. It's so cheesy looking, but at one point, I am watching Jared and Marco sitting next to each other, and they're, broing out, enjoying the show. And then it cuts to Jared being like, Marco's not attractive at all. I'm more handsome than he is. He's kind of weird to look at. And then I look back at them, and they have to deal with that. And they're just chumming around. They're like, hey, man. But you can tell, like, it's weird.
Yeah.
And there's people, like, all the women were there. And I know that there are many men there who they have had relationships with, and they are no longer with. But
the
like
3 women, or
the 3 women,
women?
the 3 leads were there.
Yeah,
and so the 3, Katie, Daniela, and Hallie were all there, and so were the guys some of the guys they don't end up with, but that like they almost ended up with. So there's like that, weird tension of like seeing your ex. So there were some guys that I was like, hey, are you okay? And he's like, it's weird.
Yeah.
I'm still have feelings for her. Like, it's
Why can't
like
we
there
get a
was that.
reunion show, Nikki.
I know. I
Please.
think we'll see if it's just successful enough. But what I hear is that everyone at CW is like thrilled about it, and I hope people tuned in. But I hear that F Girl is looking real good.
I mean,
they're editing it right now, and they're like, Jesus.
Well, that's
Christ.
news.
Yeah.
That's breaking news.
Well, F Girl was announced. At one point.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't mean to...
But it is coming.
I don't want to besmirch F-Boy, but watching it film and stuff, F-Girl is the superior show.
But
I feel like the girls are going to be better, so much better at hiding it.
Interesting.
At playing the guys.
Because the guys are...
Yeah.
That is what when people ask me about the show, the thing that I always walk away with is that I can't believe how good these guys are at lying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And seeming really sincere that they like these people.
Yeah.
And being able to like cry and I just can't I feel like I'm a pretty good liar. We want to test it?
All right.
Okay.
Two truths and a lie right now.
Okay, here we go. This morning I know I don't usually do this, but I did kill a spider in my bathroom, and I feel really bad about it. This morning I was walking to get a coffee, and I saw a homeless man stabbing the air, and I was very scared. And then this morning I
Oh no.
no, I'm trying to think of something that happened this morning. I'm not trying to think of a lie. This morning it could be either. This morning this morning I watched an episode of I got sucked into an episode of Special Forces, this new reality show.
I love Special Forces.
You know what it is?
Yes.
What
I
is
love it.
I haven't seen it.
The one.
I'm just kidding. Or am I?
It's
Which one's a lie?
They take celebrities. Okay, I think we'll get back to Special Forces in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the
I
trick to
think-
this one is...
No, I think I know the lie.
Can we discuss?
I know. Okay.
Or do we have to...
Yeah, discuss. I think discuss.
I think
Okay.
the trick to this is that she could be telling the truth about things that happened, but not necessarily this morning, and then that would make it a lie. So, like...
No. I did not do that.
No, it's
Okay.
not. That's too technical.
Okay.
I think I know which one.
Do you think the little smile was a fake out that she... Or she couldn't think of something that happened this morning?
No, I think that she started to say something that really happened, and then she realized she already said it on the girls' chat, so she changed it
shit. That's
to
some insight.
something else.
Hmm.
Okay.
And
So
so,
you
the
think-
lie is the homeless man stabbing the air.
I
Because I,
also
know
thought
what was
that.
in her head
Yes.
that she was about to say that would be unbelievable, but that was actually true. And then she remembered she couldn't say that because I already knew it.
Yeah. So the story you're referring to was yesterday. I was walking to get coffee at 5 a.m. It was dark on Sunset Boulevard, and there was a homeless man that I walked behind into the Starbucks. We were both like walking kind of on the same path. We kind of like met up and he was a little bit in front of me. And I acknowledged him. He kind of saw me. And I walk in and then he's taking a really long time at the counter. Like he was talking to them about God or whatever homeless people talk to, cashiers about. And he also he finally got around to ordering his latte and he ordered oat milk, which I was like, interesting choice for a homeless man, but like that's LA homeless.
Hey. LA.
And listen, if he get the drink made your way.
If you got lactose intolerance,
this is why there shouldn't be an upcharge for these milks. So maybe he's making a stand that the same as PETA is making, that it shouldn't be a crime to not want to drink from a cow. He ordered his latte and then he realized he was taking a really long time and I had like 5 waters in my hand and I was kind of like waiting for him to get done with, proselytizing about whatever. And then the cashier opens up on the other side and was like, I'll get you, ma'am. And so I go over and I'm paying and then I have my headphones in and I hear him like pointing at me. And I go, what? And I go, what was that? And he was like, can I get one of your waters? Because I made you wait. And I was like, I realized he thought I was homeless too. Because I looked homeless. I had no makeup on. My hair was half wet. Like not even like, it was like a little wet. It was mostly dry, but a little wet. So grungy looking. I was wearing just a jean jacket with and I just buttoned it. I didn't have anything on underneath because I had a spray tan and didn't want to like wear something confining. And then I had shorts on that were like grubby and I had flats on that were like almost dress flats. Like they weren't appropriate for the outfit. So it looked like I had just put together an outfit with things that people had thrown out in their garbage. And so this homeless man offered to buy my drink. And so that is a true story. But the fake story was I did not kill a spider. What do you think of me?
Okay.
It actually did happen this morning. I went out again to get a Starbucks drink. A man was stabbing the air violently right in front of me at the front of the Comedy Store. I'm staying at a hotel kind of next to it. And I stopped to wait for the fight to break up because he was in a fight with the air.
Oh my God.
And I thought, I just want him to work this out. And so I waited. And I was just waiting there, just kind of like, I'm just want to wait for this guy to stop stabbing the air. And this other man who looked homeless, but he turned out to be the valet. But he did look homeless. He's a black man, has nothing to do with the fact that I thought he was homeless. But he's a black man, saw me looking at this black man that was like literally like, what the fuck, man? And like punching the air. And was like, do you want me to walk and buy you? Or do you want me to walk with you by him? And I was like, oh my God, that's so nice. But I think this guy isn't like not going to punch me because I'm like with someone. Like this guy's not discerning. He's going to just punch us both. He's not going to be like, oh, has someone with her. And this guy wasn't like a huge guy either. So I was kind of like, okay. And then he's walking me and he was like, I did this for another white lady recently who was scared of a black man on the bus. And I go,
oh my God.
I just want to, this has nothing to do with him being black. He's stabbing the air violently. And he was like, no, it's cool. It's cool. It's like, it is, it's scary. And I was like, okay, thank you for acknowledging that. And then.
But if it was a white person stabbing the air violently, you probably
I
would have been fine.
Scared. I would have been like, he's just like having a bad day.
Yeah.
He's probably a Scorpio. No,
This white lady.
Yeah. I mean, the guy was actually really cool about it. And I thought he was a homeless man, like protecting me from another homeless man, but he was not homeless. He was our valet and he was smoking weed when I went out there. So, that's the kind of hotel.
I had a moment like that one time with a homeless person too, where like, you just don't know who you're dealing with because our car had broken down. This homeless man saw that we were trying to like push it because in LA there's street cleaning and you have to move your car to one side or you won't get a ticket.
Ugh.
So we were doing the thing where you have to put it neutral and then like my boyfriend was pushing it and I was steering and he came over and he helped us and we were just kind of like, oh yeah, can't afford to fix it yet and definitely can't afford the ticket. And he took a crisp $100 bill out of his pocket and he goes, here, give it back to me whenever you got it.
What?
And handed it. No, we didn't take it.
You didn't?
No. My boyfriend was like, no, you keep that.
You're gross.
You keep that.
God knows what you
But
wiped
it's
with
like,
it.
it was the last thing that I would have expected this homeless man to pull out of his pocket.
It shows they're irresponsible with money. It's like that's how you got there. That's what people always say about like rich people is like, why don't they give more? Why aren't they more generous? Yeah. That's how they got rich.
Exactly.
And then I don't think every homeless person is just bad with money. I think that could be a part of it.
Sure.
I'm saying that with absolutely no judgment. I'm bad with money too. I've been luckier in my life than homeless people. That's all it comes down to. But that does show, come on, man.
$100.
Keep your $100.
Yeah. But he always would see us around the neighborhood and he said, give it back to me whenever you got it.
That's sweet.
So I feel like he just
But it proves that paying it forward does not work.
No.
This isn't the first time he did that. When's it going to come back to him?
I would have thought it was counterfeit. Like a counterfeit hunter.
was
He
very
wants you to
crisp.
spend it And then you spend it, you get away with it, and then you give him back a real 100, and that's his grift.
Oh, that takes a while to build, but
that's actually pretty good.
Let's say you got 50 hundredths in your pocket. You walk around the streets looking for someone in distress.
And a homeless man gave me $100. I have to pay him back. And I'm probably going to give him back $500.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
It could work.
All right. It's not a bad idea. Okay, so yeah, I'm good at lying, but I'm not as good as these F-boys, is my point.
No, the F-boys are great.
It's but the show is great. I'm really proud of it.
You're a good actress. You always say you're not. I believe that you killed a spider.
I think I am a good actress you know my best acting is the kind of acting, it's like fourth wall acting. I've just realized this because I was shooting this thing the other day where I had to be an actress like in front of the camera. And then at one point I have to go like, wait, did we say that line? Like I have to talk to someone off camera that's not there.
Yeah.
And I did this, I'm not kidding you. I did this take like 10 or 12 times. Almost every time they would start talking to me and be like, well, can we get her? Like they wouldn't remember that I was doing a bit. And they kept being like, you were so convincing. So I think my best acting is pretending like I'm talking to someone off camera.
Throw it in. And
I will at some point.
Don't do it right now.
I will. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I will at some point. Okay, so
Wait,
FBoy Island was great. Yes, please, Noah.
Since we're talking about stuff you're good at, I think this season, like you have fallen into your role as the hostess of the show, and it's like you're so good. Like it like now the show is kind of like has taken shape around you hosting it.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna let that in, and I'm gonna just absorb it into
take it.
I'm just gonna take it because I will say I was struggling last night. There were some shots where I really didn't like my face.
You looked alive.
I looked really alive.
You were really living.
There were some shots where the lighting, the makeup, the hair, it was all not put together in a way that I liked the way I looked. There were other shots that I was like, I've never looked better. Like this is me peaking. I looked the hottest I've ever looked. So I'm giving myself that credit. But there are some shots where I look scary. Like it looks like a horror film. Like the way my face looks, it looks like I look like death. And I was spooked out. I didn't like it. And it's weird because when you're watching, if I was at home watching, I would start like crying, or I would just like start going on the girls' chat and being like, I'm so ugly, and screenshotting and sending you guys close-ups of my face and really focusing on it. But because I'm like at this big thing, I can't make this about me. It's first of all, it's not about me. The show's not about me. No one else is looking at me in with this kind of scrutiny. And so I had to put it away. And in putting it away in that moment and not letting my feelings, like people always talk about like feel your feelings. Sometimes it works to just put them away because they're not really worth it.
For this, yeah.
It wasn't worth it. I went home and I forgot about it. I don't care.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I would have leaned into that, I could have made a real big meal of it. But instead I went home and I ate a big meal about it. And now I feel better. No, it's it really was like, but I saw someone on the show was also having a moment of like, oh my God,
seeing their face
I
on a
look
big screen.
really different than I thought I was going to look. And it felt good for me to talk to her and say, please know that no one is seeing what you're saying to me right now, did not see it. And I'm so sorry. I'm going through that right now too. And like, it's not true. But I really feel I was just on Whitney Cummings' podcast and we were talking about hating her. Like, I was talking about hating my face and she was talking about making peace with everything. Cause she's always like a step ahead of me in terms of she has the answers. She's a little more woke, especially now that she's pregnant.
To you, like she's finding these things just one step ahead.
Yes, and I end up going there and kind of like getting into the worst version of myself and like kind of drumming up all the things that I'm insecure about. But she was saying, I was saying to her like I think I hate to play like I'm in show business and it's harder, but like. Having to look at yourself as much as we do, having to post things and look at footage and look at stand-up clips and look at it's
you know what I hate?
It's way more
and listen to yourself.
Pictures of us on stage
listening is
constantly.
Yeah.
Where like it is not at all. We are not thinking at all about being hot when we're on stage. We're
Oh,
talking. We're making these ugly faces.
Yeah, how many pictures of you do you have where you're like,
I
like
can't
on stage?
get a good one.
Oh my God, I just posted one.
I'm
Did you see the thing I posted today on Instagram?
That was not even that bad. No, I will show you some of mine where I'm a bridge troll. Like I'm like, at what point would I ever?
Well, you were doing
this
an act
face?
out of a bridge troll.
Yeah, my old bridge troll bit that kills.
Yeah,
but like sometimes I see those pictures and I'm just like, this is so. But I don't let it get to me. Like it's just fleeting. You taught me this a long time ago. No one cares.
No
one's gonna see that picture and think more than 2 seconds about it.
I know,
the way that
but
I
they
did.
will think 2 seconds. I mean, there's been times where I've like looked at a picture of a girl and been like, yikes. You know, like I've spent the only reason that I know.
Say the name. I'm just kidding.
There's countless, but the thing is, it's only the reason I'm judging them is because I do that to myself.
Okay, you know,
and the only reason I do it to myself is because I do it to them. So somewhere I have to stop.
you know whose faces look really bad? The people on Special Forces that are on camera with no makeup.
Dude, I'm thinking Special Forces. Okay, so it's this
You would
reality
kill on
show.
it.
I was watching it today because I did Nick Vile's podcast and he's on it.
Yes.
And he's on and Tom Sandoval's on it.
Yep.
And I did both their podcasts today. I'm doing
I'm
Tom's
all
after
in.
this.
I'm obsessed with the show.
Dude, it's all these celebrities that go in and they have to like train to be in Special Forces and they are so mean to them.
Yeah.
And they literally, Nick told me it was like way worse than they're showing. Like they don't show how many miles they
tell.
run.
Yeah.
When they were lifting that boat yesterday, I don't know if you saw the show last night or whatever it was, but they had to like lift these like 220-pound boats with like just 4 of them carrying it with all their gear also. And they had to do it for like 3 miles. They had to carry these boats. And they didn't even say that. On the show, you go, maybe it was 200 yards. And you go, oh, whoa. I'm like, say it's 3 miles. That's a lot. They sleep on, they eat 25% of the amount of calories that they probably eat on a regular, they're
Which
working
makes
out
you
25 times as
crazy.
much.
And they can't sleep because
They're
they're
not-
like all in one room. Who
Nick
can
told me they
in
sleep
anything
from
like that?
midnight to 7. And I'm like, that's not enough.
No,
He's like,
not
well, they
for
give us
doing-
enough sleep. I'm like, that's not enough.
They were doing this like tightrope thing where if you fall off, there's like a metal track under it that probably like the cameras were on or something, but they kept slamming into it. And like, that's not fake. That is a metal thing that Tara Reid is just hit like between
so she's
her
gone
legs
by now, right?
Like,
JoJo Siwa's still on.
oh my God.
Tom Sandoval, Nick Vile,
It's a good
Jack
group.
Osborne, Kelly Rizzo just eliminated last night. But like, I would be off that.
I would be like, thank God.
I was watching the show being like, I hope I don't get asked to do the show. And by that, I mean, please, I would
'Cause
love, I mean,
you
but
will do it.
if they ask me, I will do it because it's like the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's
Yep.
so, and just people screaming at you all the time. I don't know if it'd be good for me though.
Mm-mm.
Like, I don't think that
You don't need it.
It's like abusive. It's not like abusive. They literally, when they go for meetings with their, I forget what they call like their PMs or whatever, like they're the guys that scream at them. They are let out of the barracks with a hood on their head, like they're going to be executed by the Taliban. They have to walk with a hood on their head before they. It's so
You
extra.
hated American
and then
Ninja
when they
Warrior.
pulled the hit, when they
Hated.
pulled
What
the hood
makes you
off,
think you'd like this?
Because this is not athletic. It's not like can she jump far. This is like how far how uncomfortable can she be? It's really about that. Like anyone could do it. It's not about being the fittest. Because I asked Nick, when did you get asked to do this? How long did you have to train? 2 weeks. Like there's no time to train. So you just go into it. So that makes me feel better that I wouldn't be up against people who have trained a really long time. Ninja Warrior was just like, I got asked the day before and it felt like this sucks. But I would have to do it out of fear of doing it. But I think they'll come calling at some point. I hope
should
so.
do it.
But they're all people who have
it
had
can't
some
be
kind of
worse than
tragedy
Dancing
in
with
their
the
life.
Stars.
No, I can't.
It can't. I
This
mean,
used to be my playground. Every time Carlisle and I drive past the CBS lot, which is where we did Dancing with the Stars, and Carlisle was like my right-hand man during all of that. She was my
Yes.
assistant. She was like my best friend, like my partner in crime for that. She always sings, "This used to be my playground. This used to be my childhood dreams." It's so funny because
And
we would go
now
there all the time.
I can see it from my apartment building, from the parking garage. I can see the ballroom. I can see when like they all go to eat their dinner and stuff. You can see like the buffet line, the crews get stuff, and they open this big garage door, and you can see like the ballroom, whatever the set is.
Oh my
'cause I live right next to it.
Wow.
And Gleb Sevchenko, your
Yes.
old partner, you know, he's my neighbor in my new building.
He lives in the building?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. You
I see his
confirmed
car
it.
every day, and it says
Wow.
Gleb.
It says Gleb on the
so
license
You know,
plate.
it's him.
You sent me a picture being like, do you think this is him? And I'm like, it has to be.
It's
What
confirmed.
Isn't it a Hummer?
There's been sightings. We haven't seen each other. It's a G-Wagon.
Oh, God, he's doing well.
He's doing really well. And he's
Gleb.
got to be penthouse.
God,
because
G-Wagons are so nice. Have you
he's
been
got,
in one?
Yeah. Sarah
When-
Lena has one.
Oh my God. That's the one I was in. When you turn a corner, the side has like padding on it, like the side next to your arm. And when you turn a corner, it doesn't want you to even slide to it just touches you and goes like, "Boom, boom," and like hugs you.
Yeah.
This car gives you like affection. It's so, it was like, it's heated and it goes like, it's like, doesn't ever want you to move at all. It's so nice.
I love
I just
that.
want that in a car. All right. We're going to take a break, right? And then we're going to come back and we'll get to this fashion haul because I'm excited to see what clothes you got for me and to make fun of your Your Southern taste. No, I really appreciate you going out. And if I don't like anything, you won't be mad, right?
I will not be mad. I brought a lot of my
I'll
own
pay you
stuff
for like
that we
the
can-
effort that you made. Like, don't think that I'm just gonna make you do all this.
I live
but
right next door to the Grove. It was like I go there every day.
I can't wait to see what you got right after this. All right, we're back. Okay, let's get to the fashion hall with Carlisle Forrester.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with one thing of mine and then one thing I bought you because this.
Okay,
is the
so you
cutest
brought
top
some things from
ever.
your closet and from. So this is for me. Let me just tell you what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm doing the talk,
Mhm.
and I do have an outfit planned. I was going to wear, like, just in case,
Mhm.
right? I have long black pants that like kind of are like high waisted that I wore on Bill Maher. So they already like, and I had them styled so they're like fashion approved. But I wore them 2 Junes ago, so maybe they're out of style.
But maybe there's a top that can go with that because so many things
I'm
needed
wearing
a black
bustier.
pant.
A bustier that literally looks like what Taylor Swift's been wearing recently, and so I'm
Okay.
kind of into it. So it has to beat that.
Okay.
Not that it can't.
Okay.
But I think that's and it's daytime talk show, and I
Okay.
only have so many shoes that I'm dealing with. So let's see what you got.
This is good because it's daytime and it's conservative. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So it
look at
hates
this.
black people.
This this
Okay.
is good American. Okay.
Okay, that's cute.
Khloe Kardashian's line. So you know
Okay.
she knows fashion.
That's too big for me, but that's okay. It's
and I tried these, I tried stuff on because sometimes we need mediums and sometimes we need.
Oh, and actually, this looks about the right size. Okay, the only problem with this shirt, and
You should
is
describe
that
exact
it.
size.
this shirt is leopard print, and a bigger leopard print would be fine, but this is so tightly printed that it will do
It might
will
look
have
weird
a
on camera.
strobe effect on
Okay,
camera. So
okay.
when you do
Yeah.
camera things, like they can't be. But this is really cute, and this is I would say a B+.
How cute is the skirt?
It's too big.
and
I
no,
can already tell.
This is your size that you said that you are right
4?
now. No,
6.
Yeah.
It looks a little too big. I'm
but it goes to here.
I'm tiny. I'm a little baby girl. Actually, I'm sure it fits. This is cute. Okay, this is by Free People, and so it's probably vegan. Actually,
Yes.
this is really cute.
It's
I might
vegan
just keep
leather.
this because it's so. Is this yours?
That's mine.
Oh, this is real. Oh, if it fits you, then it fits me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And that
This
same
is
thing
really
with the
cute.
Zara stuff because in Zara, I'm like all different sizes. I could be a small, I could be a medium, I could be
I
a
do
large.
have a leather skirt
So,
that I
like-
just purchased that is a tiny. So I don't think I need this, but I do like it, and you nailed it.
Okay.
All right.
Now, look at this. Hang on. Speaking of leather, hope it's vegan.
Okay.
Look at this bad boy. First of all, everything in Zara is brown, black, or army green right now. There's like
yeah,
no
it's like
color.
pukey color.
You called
But-
it duty brown, which
It
is
was
funnier.
doo-doo brown. This is, if you want to go doo-doo brown,
This is what I'll wear on Special Forces.
I could
Yes.
see you rocking this.
This
with
is
your
really
coloring.
cute.
With your color. I tried
this
it on.
looks a little big. Really?
No, I tried it on.
Okay.
It's very
Why am I like having
form-fitting.
like body dysmorphia
Everything
today?
is
Where I'm like,
big.
it looks big from
so
there.
That's a large. I couldn't even
Okay,
zip up
so
the
it is big.
medium. No, I couldn't even zip up the
Girl,
medium.
I'm gonna try it on right now. Keep showing stuff.
but because we have big boobs.
I don't.
No, you have sneaky,
you have sneaky big ones.
D's.
I know
Yeah.
I do have sneaky big tits.
I
So
don't
the thing
understand
is-
how women look at clothes and
And know
can
what's gonna
tell
look
what
good.
it is. Like
Because
even
I couldn't tell what that was until I put it on.
that
but I
looks
was
like
like,
a without being on someone.
it looks
that
like a
looks like
garbage
a sack.
I know,
a
but
burlap
once you
sack.
put it on, it's not going to look good over jeans, Nikki.
This isn't about proving if it looks good. It's about proving if it fits. I think it's too big. And I'm right.
Zip it.
This does look
You zip
like
it.
something you would. It's-
Okay, well now I feel fat then because I could barely
No,
get this
yeah,
zipped
right.
up.
This looks like something that you
But I
would
do-
put on to stay warm if you're lost in the woods.
This
It does look like a sleeping bag.
this looks like what they wrap you in after you run a marathon.
It's a
you're-
body bag. There's no difference between this and a body bag.
Look,
this
it's
is really
someday
cute.
you were saying you wanted to be dead the other day. I just took the hint.
It is a nice color on you.
secrets. Okay. Okay.
zip,
What else you
zip,
got?
zip. I want to show you that it's cuter when you zip.
Okay. Will you try to zip it?
Yes, come here. Look at this form-fitting, beautiful glaze.
But if it fits you
Oh,
over your
nice.
jeans and your shirt, doesn't that mean
it's
it's
not
too
tight
big?
enough. Like
yeah,
I like
yeah,
that. It's just
over
not
the
tight
jeans
enough.
and shirt, it's
and
not
it's
gonna
and
look.
it goes up too high. I'm
It's
just
ruched.
It's
Okay.
ruched. It's ruched.
Okay. Take it off. That goes back.
No, I'm leaving it on for the podcast. We'll get some use out of it.
It really does. In the screen on the podcast, looks like you have duct taped a garbage bag.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Body bag.
Okay, I'm a really good stylist. If I just say it enough, you'll believe it.
This I almost bought.
Look, okay.
I almost bought this the other day. I love this. Is it a size small, please?
It's a medium.
Oh, everything's
Things
too
I
big.
tried it on, Glaze. Your tits were not going to fit in the other
I
one.
swear to God, you have bigger boobs than me. This is so cute. I wanted to get this, but they didn't have a small.
I know. All they have was medium and large.
I know these fucking small bitches stealing everything. This is cute as hell, and I'll keep this if this fits. Because I wanted to get this. I don't think I'd wear this on the talk, though. It's too gold.
Yeah.
But you didn't know what you were
everything was,
dressing me for.
Metallic-y in there.
I know. This is really cute, though. Good
Now,
job.
this, look.
Okay.
Whenever you
I'm
just
nervous.
look at
Hey.
it, whenever you just look at it, it's not great. But whenever you try this bad boy
No, that's
on,
really cute.
It's really cute. But
I'm into that.
But is
It's
that
a
good for
long dress
daytime
with like
TV?
blue.
Would you say that's good
that-
for daytime TV?
This, if I wore it with like a sandal and I wore like, you could daytime this up. It's not perfect for daytime, but it's not impossible.
Black blazer.
Black blazer.
Black blazer for Glazer. Now, but this is a large, though, so I
love
have
the
to
way
get
you
a
talk.
medium.
Okay. Why did you get a large? Oh, because you tried it on and it was too small.
Because I tried on the medium, I couldn't zip it.
I just don't. You have huge ribs.
You keep talking about how you put on all this weight. I haven't physically seen you. You're tiny.
I'm
As you,
so little. I just want sympathy.
This
That,
one
I
you'll
can't
hate.
wear it.
Hang
It'll
on.
strobe. That's gonna strobe.
What about this? Hang on.
But I appreciate this so much.
How do you respond to the accusation that you have huge ribs?
It's true.
I
She does
do.
have
No.
giant ribs.
Sneaky big ribs.
Big
you wouldn't
ribs?
think it, but yeah. It's,
Yeah.
I don't know why. Big heart, big ribs. Okay. So
Gotta fit that heart in.
whenever you think of daytime
Cold hands,
TV,
big ribs. Can't lose.
you think
Football.
of floral, you think of flattering
That's
to your
adorable.
chest.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's a cold studio, so you got some sleeves
Okay, it's a
on.
floral little short pink dress with long sleeves. I love that I don't have to tan my arms.
To me,
This is-
it
And
it
looks.
has
there's
a
legs.
shorts.
It's very, very short too, and you have the best
I
legs.
would and with white boots, this will look
and the
cute
white
as
boots,
fuck.
which I know you already have.
All right,
To
girl.
me, it
That's my
looks
personal.
A+.
It looks too big. That's what I think.
Okay.
All right, I feel good about this. I feel like we can move on. I think this is there anything else?
These are the other things. These are like new things.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I got this.
This is adorable.
This is from Topshop, and it's a wrap dress.
Okay.
Okay, I was thinking
Floral.
like podcast. I was thinking
That's really
like,
cute.
You know, something where you have to be on Zoom
the
but
blue
you want to
and the
look
flowers.
cute and,
I like
be-
it.
It's like casual, but you're feminine.
Nice job. Well, how much money do you think this dress was, Brian? I just want to
Oh,
see what
that
men
dress?
Oh,
think
this will be
price-
fun.
This is
will be
fun.
That dress was $65.
Hey.
Okay, not bad. $51. I would have guessed more. I forget the Topshop's amazing.
Okay, but that was from Nordstrom. I was blown away. I found anything for $50.
This is so good for $50.
No,
I'll
I was
keep this
shocked
because
at how
this is-
inexpensive dresses can be on
because
FBoy.
children are making them.
Oh yes.
We
I thought
all
when I
know
thought
this.
dresses, I was like, oh, every dress is like the same as a suit, where it's like it's got to be at least $500 or $300 or
Well,
something.
A lot of those dresses in Nordstrom's were that, but
Shit,
you have
I'm
to know the
spilling
brands.
Diet Coke on this
Now,
dress.
this-
body bag.
This is going to be something that you pair with that leather skirt or the one you already
a
have.
lot of ribbing.
The
Is that what this is?
Ruching is what
Ruching?
this is called,
Ruching.
Brian. Okay.
How do you guys feel? What did you say, Noah?
I said Carlisle's a rib girl.
Yeah.
This will be great on your ribs.
Look, it's a little wintry, but it's supposed
Hey.
to be
The
winter.
color's not
You're on
great.
TV.
I
85
don't
degrees.
hate it.
I
but
felt like with your hair.
don't you guys hate the things that latch on the bottom? Like when they make you into it makes it a diaper at the bottom.
Yeah,
little
I know that's
baby.
like good, but I
The
always want to
bodysuit.
cut it. I'm like, I don't need that.
It just feels so weird.
Why
to, like,
do they do that?
fart on your favorite shirt? That's why I hate a bodysuit. It just feels sacrilegious.
This dress is sack religious. Look at this room in here. All right.
You're gonna start sweating in a minute, like Ross on Friends when he wears those leather pants. He's,
I do feel like I'm
wiping
in
his
one
brow.
of those like things that you put you in to like get you to sweat a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are those the oh god, what are they called? I did them once with Sarah Lena where it's like a bag that makes you sweat. It's like
Oh, the
lymphatic
lymphatic.
drainage. Drainage thing.
I
So
love
did you
it.
get this dress at Sac Fifth Avenue? I don't even want to say it.
Okay, look.
I liked it.
Look at this.
Do you write
Rouging.
for Sex and the City?
Rouging.
More ruching.
Okay, this is mine, and I wore it to a wedding one time.
That is
and you
so
would not
adorable.
Believe how
The amount
cute
of compliments
this is.
you got?
Yes, and it looks
That's-
like it was tailor made for you.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
Taylor.
it. Say the word Taylor. I'm
Yeah.
in. Okay, that looks really good.
You have to
okay.
see it on, though.
This has been the worst podcast for audio listeners
I thought
ever.
it was visual. I was holding it up the whole time.
No,
Well,
but
no,
there
there
are
is a
people
YouTube.
watching
Okay.
on YouTube. But I'm just saying for our audio listeners, I apologize, but you heard the word ruching a lot.
Yeah.
And
I
you
bet
did
some
good.
people are learning what that word means, probably.
Yeah, you did good. How much did you spend?
I have a question.
Not much.
Yeah, what did you? What?
Hold on.
No.
Ruching and ribbing is kind of the same thing, isn't it?
No.
I think
Ruching
you're
is
saying ruching wrong.
Ruching is a gathered material,
Okay.
and ribbing is like piping, like texture.
Oh.
That's what I would say. I could be wrong.
It's like different pastas.
Do you want to hear the grand total?
Yeah, it's at Zara and
Oh.
Nordstrom.
Nordstrom, which is pretty fucking good for Nordstrom, $238.71
Not
Oh.
bad. Okay.
for 3 items. Wait a second.
Why is everything? It's just like everything just adds up, you know.
Wait a second.
I went to a hotel. I stayed at a hotel in New York. I went there last week. I was there from Monday. I checked in Monday night and I checked out Thursday morning. What do you
Okay.
think?
Monday.
And I was in a suite in Manhattan
Oh my God. No.
at a nice hotel,
3 nights.
3 nights.
Yep.
And the publicity for FBoy was supposed to cover a big portion of it. They were like, this hotel's too expensive for our budget. And I was like, I don't want to, they literally said, do you want to stay at a Residence Inn? I
Oh,
didn't even know
wow.
Manhattan had Residence Inns. And I was like, I can't do that. And so this hotel, what do you think the total was for 3 nights that I got charged on my credit card when I checked in? I could not believe it.
$2,600.
$7,600.
Oh my God.
Oh.
No.
Wow, you must be happy that I went so low. I thought that was high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Never works out that way.
It was nice, but
76.
like not like
For 3 nights.
for 3 nights.
Wow.
Mhm. And yeah.
Did it
So-
have a heated toilet?
No, it didn't like have any like great amenities.
Oh.
It was
Heated
was
floor
okay.
in the bathroom?
no. What is this
s-
heated?
Did it have a
thing?
heated bed?
That would be nice. How's your bed going?
Oh, pretty good. Actually.
Good news is coming out of the bed.
I mean,
front?
okay, that's the only thing that's going well right now is the bed. So,
Mhm.
Tempur-Pedic, I made an incredible number of mistakes, and outrageous. I don't even need to go through it. If you want to subscribe to the Diamond Players Club, I'll go through all the mistakes if you want to.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, if you want to quit the Diamond Players Club. They had an enormous amount of mistakes, and the last text I sent, my credit score went down 20 points because I had to take out a loan to get the other mattress that they didn't refund me for. And so I had to send out a text to this guy, and I was like, now my credit score is down 20 points.
Whoa.
And long story short, I was like, I want my
That's like a lot,
That's
right?
a
Yes,
lot of
yes.
points to drop.
and it was supposed to be because you put all this on, you charged me for 2 mattresses on my credit card, and then I had the loan out for the other mattress.
Did you have this tone on the phone?
This was a text. I sent a
Tone
text.
on the
that-
phone. Okay, was it all caps?
The text was all caps.
No way.
It was all emojis. It was like that
A
game
lot
show.
of eggplant emojis
Yeah.
for some reason.
Anyway, I don't want to bore people with the mattress thing anymore, but long
late.
story short,
Yeah.
the current mattress that I have,
Yes.
not bad. Not bad. It's softening up. It's much less firm than the
Because
breeze.
I really thought it was gonna kind of getting in your head where it was like you weren't gonna be happy with anything. Like I
Well-
thought it was maybe not the mattress, but now I'm like I like that you.
But
found
you
something.
laid in the mattress. You
I
agreed.
did. It was kind of bullshit. It was bullshit.
It was crazy, man. And you're not the only one who laid in it and
It
said
was
it's
very
bullshit.
firm. Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris
it-
did as well.
And that was after 70 days.
Wow.
It's not like I just got that thing. The new one was instantaneously less firm
Okay.
and a lot better and a lot cheaper. And I said to the guy, I was like, I want my refund for the mattress that I didn't buy, some king size mattress they charged me for. And I want you to refund me for the old mattress that was on this Wells Fargo loan I took out. And then I want you to give me basically the equivalent of
A crisp
$870,
$100.
a $100 bill, and I'll pay him back. And when the time's right. And I said basically $870 equivalent because to pay out the rest of my Wells Fargo loan that I hadn't paid off yet because I also got a base. And then they agreed.
Good.
They refunded everything, they fixed everything, and
Isn't
they
it
gave me an
nice
additional
when that-
$870 to cover the
Wow.
bed frame that I bought. And so now I'm pretty satisfied.
Okay.
Yeah,
Try Tempur-Pedic.
pretty satisfied.
Final thought. I am headed to Tom Sandoval's podcast after this.
Whoa.
And I don't even know. Everyone's like, you're doing that podcast. Do you know who Tom Sandoval is?
No, I know a Truo Sandoval,
Yeah.
the trumpet player.
Oh, definitely not this guy. This guy was on Vanderpump Rules.
You haven't heard of SCANDOVAL?
Oh, SCANDOVAL. No.
You didn't?
No.
You missed this?
I don't know any. I mean, I'm not a Vanderpump guy.
No,
I'm not
you
either,
didn't
but
have to be.
You can't escape it.
Yeah,
It's
you
so
got it. Noah,
weird.
you're not I'm not a Bravo
I'm not-
reality chick at all.
But I know what happened.
You're E.
Yeah, I'm E reality. I never got into Vanderpump Rules, but
Not even Top Chef?
I love Top Chef.
Isn't that Bravo?
Yeah, no, I think it's actually moved. But yes, I did love Top Chef. I love Millionaire Matchmaker.
dress
But
one?
I'm not into Housewives. I'm not into the ones that are the big ones now. And Summer House. I loved
Top
Summer
Model?
House, but not
No.
anymore because
What's the
Hannah's
one with
gone.
the people making clothes?
Oh, Project Runway. I like
Oh,
that too.
I
That
used to
used
love
to be
Project.
Bravo,
Yeah,
but it's not
yeah.
anymore. Okay. So Tom Sandoval cheated on his girlfriend of like, I think they were like
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
With her
Best friend.
best friend or friend?
No, I think they were best
we-
friends, right, Noah? You watch the show.
No, she
No, I
doesn't.
don't watch it.
Noah
I just
doesn't
know
watch
he
the
cheated
show.
on
I
her.
think they were best friends. And so now the whole SCANDOVAL thing is people want to go back and watch all the scenes with them doing stuff together and be like, is it happening during this? Was it
Yeah,
happening
I mean,
during
there's
this?
one scene that I kind of got turned on by because I just like sneakiness. I think it's wrong what they did. I think it's like so gross and like I'm so sad that she got hurt. But there's something about when like if it was just them at work or something and no one knew they were fucking around, like that's kind of what I put in my mind in this one scene because it's bad. Like they're in a hot tub. I'm getting like horny thinking about it. So they're in a hot tub and she's like, and people are going to hate me for this because they're so on. Can I just remind people though? I heard today for the first time ever, because I've been really grappling with this decision to go on Tom Sandoval's podcast because everyone's like, how could you do that? And I'm like, did he murder someone or did he like rape someone? Like what did he do? He cheated? Oh, with her best friend? Okay. That's horrible. But like, should we kill him? Should he die? Like, what are we supposed to do? We're not supposed to support him.
Well, this is the thing. If that
guess.
does happen, they have to stay together forever for people to support them.
Right.
So are they still together?
No, I don't think so. No.
Oh,
Like
then
the
it's-
cheat
then-
would have
yeah,
had to have been like love of your life cheating. Like
Right.
the reason why is we couldn't help it. It was the love of my life.
Then people tend to forget about it. And they're like, oh, well, they got married.
But did you guys
so
ever
it's
hear this
fine.
part of it that him and Ariana got together when he was with another girl that was Ariana's friend?
Oh my God.
Did you ever hear that part of it?
Oh,
Because I didn't hear that part of it, and I think that's an interesting part to leave out.
Yeah.
Just interesting. I don't think that means that Ariana deserved to get cheated on, and I'm not saying that
You're saying
facetiously.
Ariana Grande or just a
No,
Vanderpump Ariana?
Ariana Vanderpump. That's
Okay.
another cheating scandal. But I just want to say I did not know that detail until today
Wow.
because someone just when I was at Nick Vile's podcast was like, oh yeah, and they got together because he was with Kristen, and it's kind of blurry of those lines. And I go, wait, did she know Kristen? And they're like, yeah, they were friends. I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Interesting that just kind of gets glossed over. And not saying this is not me being like she deserved it, because I'm not one of those girls that like you should expect to get cheated on if you date a guy that cheated on like shut up. All I'm just saying is it's interesting.
Mhm.
And I don't know, and I really want to ask the question, like, should he kill himself? Is this what we want do we want to cancel people to the point that they have nowhere to go except Africa, maybe? Like,
Except the special forces.
I mean, he is like, yeah, he's on all these other shows now, which he would not be on if he were just Tom Sandoval from,
Exactly.
Vanderpump.
So they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't think he planned this to get out. I think he was trying to get away with it forever. But there is a hot tub scene where they're like, he's with his girlfriend in the hot tub, which again, I'm sorry this turns me on. I can't help that it does. I'm not saying that this is a good thing to do, but they just shoot a look at each other that's like, Ariana's kind of like talking, they're both not listening, and they shoot a look at each other that's like, if you were just watching without this knowledge, you'd be like, oh, they just like looked at each other. But with the knowledge, everything like this whole story develops, and there's just something so hot about a clandestine thing. Like, let me just say, why is it on every TV show? Remember Ross and Emily? Remember when they were dating and everyone was like, don't get married, go with Rachel.
Yeah.
Why were we rooting on Raquel then? Why was it like, leave Emily, this nice British woman, at the altar? Remember when he brought home Julie from China?
Yes.
And we all go, Julie, fuck Julie. Even though they were together, we wanted him to be with Rachel. Why is it when we like the girl, we root for any relationship to be destroyed? The Office.
Yeah.
Jim and Pam.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. What was his name?
He was
Richard.
He was a dick.
Roy.
But who knows who's a dick in what situation?
Yeah.
Like we don't know, but we just
Ted
pick and
Lasso.
choose who we want to. What does that happen
Ted
there?
Lasso. Well, the coach guy and the supermodel girl, she was dating Jamie Tart at the
Kaylee?
beginning. Yeah, Kaylee was dating Jamie Tart at the beginning.
She was.
And we didn't want them to stay together because
Kaylee was.
we thought Kaylee would be dating the other guy.
That's
the
right.
creator of the show. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I just want to say, when you start to get mad at Tom Sandoval or whatever, which you have every right to because he did hurt the girl he was dating with her best friend, think back on how you felt about Ross and Rachel and who you were rooting for and how many examples of movies start out where the person Made in Manhattan.
Yeah. Well, that's a formula.
Literally every movie you've
rom-com.
ever watched, they were in a relationship. Greg Kinnear, what did he do wrong in Sleepless in Seattle?
Nothing.
There's a name was a nice guy.
There's a name. I forgot the name
of the guy.
There's a name for the trope of the guy who the person is dating that they're not perfect
Bill
for.
Pullman is what I meant, not a Greg Kinnear. And then not when Harry Met Sally, but You've Got Mail was Greg Kinnear's character. We're rooting for. Please leave this guy be with Tom Hanks.
Right.
Why is that? Why are you rooting for it then and not in any other situation? So am I allowed to get turned on by the hot tub scene? Yeah, damn right I am. Because I've been coached by friends through the 90s on rooting for a relationship to happen that's sneaky. And I wasn't rooting for it. I'm still not rooting for it. But I am going on his podcast and I'm grappling with this decision. And Chris has coached me. He's been like, just think about the fact that Ariana might hear your podcast with him. And maybe think about a girl feeling like, hey, will you stick up for me a little bit? And I think that's a good thing to remember is like, so I'm going in and I'm going to roast him a little bit and give him some shit.
Okay.
Cause he is kind of like, he's a selfish guy who's, likes being in the spotlight and is like kind of a famous guy. Yeah. But I'm going to find also some humanity in him and try to get something out of it where I'm like, oh, okay. I kind of like him, but like, you would think that I'm going on Hitler's podcast. You really would. My publicists were like, this came in. Are you, you said yes to this. Are you sure you want to do this? I'm like, am I doing a Alex Jones show? Like, I don't understand what this guy, is he bullying the Sandy Hook victim families? Yeah. No, he cheated on a girl on a reality show where everyone cheats on each other. Yep. He did the assignment. And then sound off in my DMs about how I have the wrong take on this. Please, please, please. Thank you, Carlisle. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Big Money Players, for hosting us today. So that's our episode for this week. We will be back next week with double episodes. You know it. And we will see you then. Don't be and what was that? Just go see me on tour this weekend. San Francisco, 2 shows on Friday. San Diego, 1 show on Saturday. I think maybe 2 shows on Saturday. I don't know. Check it out. Tickets are going fast. If not, they're already gone. I also have a show in Boston that we just added Thursday, November 2nd that I really want to sell out at the Wilbur. I would love to see you guys there. I'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.